From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm David DeForest reporting the U.S. to increase support for retaking Mosul. 8 U.S. attack helicopters will join Iraq's campaign to capture the city of Mosul from Islamic State militants. Defense Secretary Ash Carter says as many as 200 additional U.S. troops will provide crews for the helicopters, help with logistics, and provide advice.
This is on top of what we're already doing, which is providing air power, command and control, other fires, training, sustainment, logistics. The very important, by we here now, I mean the United States, but also our coalition partners.
Carter had traveled to Iraq to talk with U.S. commanders and Iraqi leaders. A United Nations envoy says the Syrian opposition has postponed its participation in peace talks due to what it calls government violations of a ceasefire. Both sides have accused the other of ceasefire violations during the past 2 months. United Nations mediator Staffan de Mistura says the negotiations will continue and that the rebel delegation would remain in Geneva.
And possibly at my own suggestion, to pursue technical discussions with myself and my team, particularly on the issues related to Resolution 2254 and the political transition.
The UN launched the latest round of indirect peace talks last week between the Syrian government and the opposition. Brazil is awaiting the next step in the impeachment proceedings against President Dilma Rousseff. In 6 hours of raucous voting on Sunday, Brazil's lower house of Congress, the Chamber of Deputies, voted overwhelmingly to start the impeachment process. This is VOA News. U.S. presidential candidates campaigned Monday in New York, a day ahead of the state's crucial Democratic and Republican presidential primary elections. Here is candidate Hillary Clinton speaking to voters.
And if you will stand up for me and vote tomorrow, the polls will be open until 9 p.m. I will stand up and fight for you through this campaign and into the White House.
Democrat Bernie Sanders, trailing Clinton in the opinion polls, is throwing a nighttime concert in New York City. On the Republican side, businessman Donald Trump is in the lead over his two rivals, Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Ohio Governor John Kasich. The death toll from an earthquake in Ecuador has risen to 413. Rescuers continue to pull bodies from flattened buildings. Rescuers Monday pulled 3 people out of rubble after they had been trapped for more than 32 hours in a collapsed shopping center. The 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Ecuador's northwest coast late Saturday. Hundreds of demonstrators gathered outside the U.S. Supreme Court building Monday, while inside, justices heard opening arguments in the case U.S. v. Texas. The case involves a lawsuit questioning the legality of President Barack Obama's executive orders on immigration. The court appeared to be divided over the meaning of the phrase lawful presence in Mr. Obama's 2014 order deferring deportations for some illegal immigrants. The justice's decision will have far-reaching implications on actions by future presidents. The court will announce its decision sometime in June. Ethiopians have dominated the 120th Boston Marathon, winning both the men's and women's races. Lemi Berhanu Haile won the men's elite field Monday in 2 hours, 12 minutes, 45 seconds. The winner of the women's field was Ethiopia's Atsede Baisa, who ran the course in 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 19 seconds. About 30,000 runners crossed the finish line amid tight security. China says a military plane has landed on one of its country's man-made islands in the disputed South China Sea. It is China's first public acknowledgement of such a mission. An Israeli police official says a bus explosion in the heart of Jerusalem Monday wounded at least 15 people. The blast was originally thought to be due to a malfunction on a bus, but officials now say the cause was due to an explosives device. Officials are investigating the incident as a terrorist attack. United Nations envoy to Yemen, Ismail Ould Sheikh Ahmed, is saying peace talks that were to start Monday between Yemen's warring parties have been delayed. He said he was working to overcome the latest challenges. I'm Dave DeForest in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.